Um, you can basically pull over and park anywhere as long as it's not specified for another purpose. You can pull over just about anywhere not marked and camp there. So I gotta go find somewhere to park for 14 days, and I guess the way it works is it's beyond me. I'm trying to understand the part about the forest because I was told all of the camping in the forest, all of the campsites are you have to pay. It's $20 walk-in fee and an additional $10 for having a vehicle. So it's not this free thing like y'all think it is. So the Oregon site that they have, it says all these places that are free. And I've been to like 11 or 12 of them that are on the list of being free, and none of them are free. All of them have signs up that say it's 20 to 30 bucks a night, depending on if you got a vehicle. So if you hike into these secluded places, that would be a god-awful horrible hike. I mean, really, it's maybe the surrounding trails for, a good decent while, but not with a full pack. No. I wouldn't want to go foraging around in something like that, not with a full pack. Not even with a good back. So, I don't know, I guess you could kind of sort of get away with being a beach bum, but there's a bunch of little stipulations, and you gotta know all the stipulations. I don't know all the stipulations, obviously. So I've been researching them. I want to make sure that I'm not breaking the law. I figure if I'm gonna build something cool out of trash, I ought to do so. So I got myself some trash here to build out of, actually, which is pretty cool. And being as I have trash to build out of now, I just need a place to do it. You wouldn't think that would be too horrible or difficult of a thing to achieve, but it truly is. Also, I got less than... I got jack shit to live on for the rest of the month. The problem with gas is I don't have enough to get more gas. I don't have enough to get but maybe 2 meals if I'm lucky, because I can scrounge off of what little bit is on whatever I got. I can try to find some food banks or something, but usually that's more trouble than it's worth. You run into people that want favors done, and if you help them out, they'll help you out, but they never help you out. Instead, they end up rides all over the place, and then they end up getting all messed up along the journey. And then when they're all messed up, then they want you to do more stuff for them. And then you owe them this and you owe them that, and after everything they did for you. And I'm going, oh my God, when will it end? When will it flippin' end? It's one thing to help people out. It's another when, people promise you that they'll help you, and you know that you don't have anybody else. You gotta accept any taker. But then you end up with a lot of people who are just taking you. Not cool. What do you do about it? How do you stop that? How do you change it? How do you readjust people when they're being evil like that? And it's not intentionally evil. A lot of people, when they're addicted to a substance, or of course when they owe money, or when they're in a desperate situation, like they got a kid on the way, or they did something stupid, got drunk and beat up their wife, and now they don't have a place to stay, and all your stuff was over there, and she don't like you. And then, of course, a lot of those situations end up with people coming back later, these women who didn't like me, going, hey, you remember when What's-His-Bucket did this to me or did that to me? I'm like, I don't remember. I mean, I wasn't there for it. I remember about the time that it was supposed to have happened because you told me that I couldn't come back over and get any of my stuff that I'd spent all that money on, tools and supplies and whatnot. Well, that lady was especially weird. Her name was Robin. She was like, flower child hippie and all that. Had lots of really cool flower childy ideas, but then, like, she'd flip on a dime and be a control freak. She wanted to go vegan for a while, so, like, she was this heavy vegan, and then one day she just snapped. She's like, I gotta have a burger, dude. I gotta have a burger. I can't stand any of you, and I'm pissed off, and it's because I don't have a hamburger. I'm like, what an awful thing to be pissed off at somebody about. Not having a hamburger? Oh my god, I'd get fucking no end of the fucking hell in my life. Over something as small as a burger? No. Not worth the hassle. And I've had anxiety before, obviously. But, being hunted, and that is what being homeless is. There are people who, they know that they can take stuff out on homeless people and nobody's going to care. So they specifically target homeless people. Sometimes homeless men, sometimes homeless women. But it's always horrible. It's never something that we asked for. Now everybody keeps trying to push us out into the ocean. I think there's a way to actually do that and pull it off and get away with it. I think that there is a way to have people, basically able to take the junk that we got and actually have a society out on the ocean. Why not? If we all try to stay in one general area, make ourselves a floating careening camp, we can fix or repair just about anything at something like that, have it be a trading hub, have, floating barges out there with plants on them, have the roots so they're tied down, of course, so that if there's something that, say, a big wave flips everything, you're able to have it so all the weight is in the bottom and it self-rights itself. There's a boat mold I was looking at. I think it was already hauled off, but it was a metal boat mold. And it's two different halves. It's the mold for the hull of the boat and then the mold for the interior of the boat. And you fiberglass both of them, and then you put them together, and then you put the sea foam on the inside of it so that it seals it all up and makes it so that if the hull is punctured, that it'll still float. But if you were to take the bottom part and instead of doing plexiglass, if you were to use number one plastics for the bottom and the top, and for the top one you use, recyclables like, for the bottom, you could use the number one recycled plastics for like Mountain Dew bottles. Because Mountain Dew bottles are that greenish color, right? So you could use those for the bottom part of the mold. And then for the top part of the mold, you could use the Coca-Cola bottles, which are also polyethylene terephthalate. And you mold the same mold, and you just place one upside down and put it on top of the other. Now it'll be bottom heavy and it'll be buoyant so that if it ends up upside down, it's going to be obviously like a Weeble. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. It's a good way to make something. It's called the tumble home. But if you take the tumble home further and make it an entirely closed thing, you're doing a much better job. Now, 15 foot long by, the thing is about 4 foot tall, I suppose. So that would be 8 foot tall interior altogether. You'd have to basically make a door on the back of it, and you could, of course, have a few of those in an area tied together that'd just ride the waves. If one of them breaks off, you can sail out and get it. But that's a lot of stuff that, really goes into speculation of what could happen if I had this and if I had that. Right now, I'm just trying to find a place for 14 days to sit down and make myself one hell of a Halloween suit. I also plan on hopefully making money with it. Not marketing it directly, but marketing a couple of the ideas that are going to be put into it. Because there's some stuff that I got some smarts with, and a few ideas that I hit across a long time ago that I'm revisiting, and I really think that there's a way to start off small, get a chunk of property, and actually do something with it. Actually help people out that nobody wants. Nobody wants them. Why can't they go out to the ocean? Oh yeah, because we'll fucking drown. So let's find a way to not drown. Well, then you're going to starve. Okay, well, let's find a way to not starve. Okay, well, we also got to focus on scurvy. Well, what's a good way to not get scurvy? I think spinach is supposed to be a good way to not get scurvy, but I don't know for certain. Anyway, there's a list of all these places that are free camping. I've been to them. They all want a lot of money. A lot of money. Now, as of January of this year, it claims here in Oregon that these are free campsites. They're free. They are free. They're free. It costs nothing. They're free. So, where do I go to boondock? Now, there's also, the ones that I've seen are all state forests. I haven't been to a national forest. I've run into a couple of people that told me the names of forests that I can't pronounce. They said those are both national forests and that it's a $30 fee there, $20 if you just got a backpack, which is the same as it is in the state forest. So I was trying to look up the names of those places, but the way they pronounced them, I don't even know what letters they start with. Especially since one of the ladies that was telling me about these things told me that it sounds different than it's pronounced, or it's spelled different than it's pronounced. There was a gentleman who told me something similar about another place. It might be the same place, might be different. He might be pronouncing it different, but same situation. So I'm gonna try to hit the coast and see what's there, I guess. I got a list of public restrooms that are there. Hopefully they're not closed. The parking lots are probably closed because they have a tendency to say, oh, no overnight parking. But that's because they don't want hobos staying there. I don't have much time to get something done to try to make some money. I'm pretty gimpy, so I got to try to do something spectacular, I guess. I think one of the first things I'm going to do, though, I have a backpack that I want to make, and I want to make it and use it and test it. And that'll be kind of the test bed for my full deopening idea. I shouldn't have said it like that. That just sounds completely flippin' bonkers. Alright, so you know how we end these videos. I gotta get back to researching. Good to be with you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind.